One of these teams will represent the NFC in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks' time. Which will it be as we're underway in the NFC title game? And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Benson. And he'll get this to the 32.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, complete. That's Benson. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. He's going to have the 1st down and then some. Touchdown, Cowboys! Adnan Mitchell, 63 yards. And the Cowboys have struck first in this NFC title game. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Here's Ritter. Open man, there's Darnell Washington. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Defense gives up a touchdown on the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Back to throw, Ritter. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Ritter back to throw. Throw left side, complete. That's Allen. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Ritter now. And a quick throw here that's complete. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him, Flip.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Desmond Ritter scoring on the 2-yard keeper. And the Lions are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Herbert off the bootleg. He'll get that to his tight end, Theo Johnson. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass in the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7.
Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Ritter to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Looking to throw it here. Ritter. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Now he's loose at the 40.
And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the handoff, Benson running right. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
2nd and 10. Herbert now. Open man here is Benson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, it's Benson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. They'll go again with Benson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Flush to his right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. A give up the middle with Benson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. They run over center with Benson. Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. Herbert off of play action. They'll roll him out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen, go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now Allen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Ritter.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the first down.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Ed Oliver. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And the Cowboys here on third down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
Over the middle, it's complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big pickup of 12 yards on fourth down to keep this drive from stalling. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force him to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge fourth down conversion. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I think that run gives us evidence that the defense is getting a little bit tired out there. They've been out in the field for a long time, and that last run, they just cut right through them.
He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Tyreek Hill, a 14-yard touchdown.
And the Lions have got it back to within a score.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 2. Here's Herbert. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give left side for Benson.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Zone read. Here's Benson.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Back to throw here, Herbert. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Oh, boy, kind of hold your breath here because Justin Herbert, he appears to be in some discomfort after that last play. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt him later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the 2nd half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 in the first. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. K'Lavon Chaisson buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And nothing comes of this last-ditch attempt at points as time will run out on this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break.
Lions 14.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He's got Allen. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Down the right sideline. And down to the 19-yard line. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll run with Allen. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And the Lions are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
They'll try again. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. 1st and goal, no gain. 2nd and goal, he ends up losing yardage.
He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
3rd and goal, Ritter with it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive of the 3rd quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 1st down, right back to Benson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. There's a short one caught by Johnson. It'll be a gain of 5. And 3rd and 8 now.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Third and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 38-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the 1st down. And he's taken down inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
On the give, it's Benson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply the offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down and 6 now. Another run here with Benson. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Hooker from the gun on 3rd down. He finds his man complete. That's Benson. So they'll get nothing out of that play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So they're able to answer back here in the 3rd quarter with a field goal of their own to move back in front by 3.
It's like watching a tennis match, isn't it? Who's going to be able to break serve? Is it going to be Borg or is it going to be McEnroe, one of the great Grand Slam epics? Go ahead and look it up, folks.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased. And they didn't.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Allen's got it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, to watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
All right, a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in the game.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. In motion, Hill. Stick it with a passing game. Here's Ritter again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Lions on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Ritter now. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And Allen's got it. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Allen will take this one in. It's a Lions touchdown. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession gigantic. The drive will begin with a run by Benson. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 62 yards rushing for him in the ballgame now on 14 carries.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Running out of the gun here with Benson. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Now Hooker. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll go for it. Hooker. On a bad time, late for a poor throw. It's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the 2nd half. All all those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
They keep it on the ground. Allen again. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. This 2nd and 4. Here's Allen.
I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now a carry for Allen. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll keep it on the ground. Allen taken down at the 30. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. The middle they go. Allen. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Well, now after all of this, hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is 1st and 10. Hooker to throw. Open man here is Benson. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Here's 1st down. Here's Hooker. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. And the crowd on its feet, and understandably so. They are Super Bowl bound after taking that knee.
How about the ability to celebrate not just winning a championship, but to do it with your fans on your home field. What a great collaboration for them all year long.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And they get to hoist the Hallis Trophy. Unbelievable victory. Moving on to the Super Bowl.
I only hope that these players understand exactly who is behind that trophy. George S. Hallis, one of the creators of this great game of football.